Greetings, one and all. Welcome to NHL 18 Season Mode. Since the introduction of the Champions Hockey League to EA Sports' hockey franchise, two teams from Britain's elite ice hockey league have joined the game for the first time. I am of course referring to the Nottingham Panthers and the Cardiff Devils. So now that British hockey is finally being represented in the game, one burning question has been on every British hockey fan's mind. Can an EIHL team win the NHL Stanley Cup and be crowned the best hockey team in the world? Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to find out. We are going to be replacing the Ottawa Senators, who have one of the lowest overalls of any NHL team in this game, with my favourite EIHL team, the Nottingham Panthers, in NHL 18 Season Mode to see how the Panthers fare in the Atlantic Division of the greatest hockey league on the planet. Whether they become a basement dweller, narrowly miss the playoffs, make the playoffs, or win the Stanley Cup remains to be seen. But anything is possible in NHL 18 Season Mode, considering how this game varies its simulations so much with every single person that plays it. So let's set this up and see what happens, folks. Now, in terms of the rules for this test, we are going to go with Superstar Hardcore difficulty and injuries on and assistant coach off, because I think it will make this test as brutal and difficult, yet as realistic as possible. We don't want the Panthers to get into the playoffs by dropping down the difficulty and making it too easy, but likewise we also don't want it to be impossible to make the playoffs because the league's superstars are stronger than a Shea Weber slapshot. It's all about balance, folks. Also, there will be no trades of any kind, either including the Panthers or between separate CPU teams, because I want to keep the rosters as authentic and current as possible, which will add to it being as realistic a simulation and a test as possible. So, now that that's all out the way, let's get into this, folks. Let me show you the lineup that we have for our Nottingham Panthers. 70 offense, 70 defense, 73 goaltending. On the first line, we have Alexander Mokshantsev with Zach Phillips and Evan Mosey. Second line, we're keeping with the CHL success line, Robert Farmer, Brett Perlini and Josh Schala. Yes, I know Josh Schala isn't a part of the Panthers anymore, but this is their most up-to-date roster. Third line, David Clark with Eric Lindhagen and Raphael Boussier. Then on the fourth line, we have Robert Lakovic, Mark DeLego and Matthew Gagnon. Defense, we have Jan Sauvé, Matthew Brisebois, Dan Spang with Stevie Lee, and Matthew Gagnon with Tim Billingsley. Yes, I know that Gagnon is on the fourth forward line and the third defensive pair. I tried to sort that out for ages and I couldn't get it to work, so this is what we're going with. Then goaltenders, we have Michael Garnett and Sam Gospel. Scratched, we have Jeff Brown, Josh Tetlow and Oliver Betteridge. So those are your Nottingham Panthers to stay in the Atlantic Division and hopefully make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we're starting at the beginning of the season. It's a very good place to start. We're going to go through the first 10 games of the season and see where we're at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to the away game against New Jersey. First game of the season, we get blown out 7-1. Then we get shut out, another shutout against us. A 1-goal game, then another shutout against Vancouver again. Is there an injury coming up? I feel like it because it's taken forever. Michael Garnett has been injured with a broken foot. Thanks, Michael Garnett. Right, so that's going to be a bit of a pain in the arse because now we're going to have to bring up a goalie from the Ottawa Senators, the Bingham Senators. Oh, Patrick Galbraith is down here. That's really helpful. Right, up you come, son. Okay, so let's edit the lines then. I didn't realise Patrick Galbraith would be down there. That's actually really helpful. So technically Sam Gospel is better, and I'll stick Patrick Galbraith there then. All right. There you go. So a 5-1 loss. Dan Spang has been injured. Great. So we're getting hit by the injury bug. Perfect. So Dan Spang is out. We'll bring Matthew Gagnon up to the second line. And we'll bring in Josh Tetlow on the fourth line. Great. So then we get shut out by New Jersey. We win against the Maple Leafs. We've won a game. And Zach Phillips is injured now. My goodness, we're having a lot of injuries here. So I'm going to promote DeLego from the fourth line to the first, and we'll bring in Jeff Brown to stick on the fourth line. Against LA, we lose 3-1. Wow, a 12-1 loss against the Philadelphia Flyers. And 10 games into the season, we've already lost a player from each position, but we have won a game in the National Hockey League against the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the first 10 games of the season, 4 points for Brett Pelini, sorry. 3 points for Robert Fox. Wow. So we're kind of spreading all the points around, but we're not getting the wins. So that's not very good. Jeff Brown has a point in his first game, so that's better than nothing. Boussier, Gagnon, Hazeldine, and Delago all haven't picked up a point so far this season. Great job, lads. Neither has Spang or Tetlow, but they've had less time. Great job, guys. We're doing really well. So I'm pretty sure we're at the bottom of the league at the moment. Let's go the next 10 games and see where we're at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's go up to the away game against Columbus. We start with a 7-1 loss. Oh, Dan Spang is back. Perfect. So let's stick him back in. Tetlow, thank you for your help, son. Let's bring in Dan Spang again, if you don't mind. So he can play there, and Gagnon's on the third pair. Zach Phillips is back. Perfect. See, we're starting to get some of our boys back. That's what we really need. Phillips, yep, you're back. And then just do this quick swap there. Just checking goaltenders. Gospel and Galbraith. Yep, perfect. Against Montreal, we get shut out. Against Detroit, something's happened. David Clark has pulled his groin. Oh, that does sound quite painful, though, doesn't it? Pulling your groin. So we need somebody to stick in here, and I assume Betteridge would be the right one to put in. Okay, and we'll just swap them over like that. A 4-2 loss against Detroit. A shootout loss against Vegas, so we get a point. David Clark is back. Perfect. God, it's going to take a little while to go through this season by the looks of it. But I'd rather do it this way than just let the AI take control. Okay, so we're coming up with a home and home against Colorado. Stephen Lee has been injured with an injured hip. Great, so let's bring in Tetlow again. Play Gagnon on the right second pair. Bring Tetlow in here. Perfect. Against Colorado, 2 straight losses. Stephen Lee is back. I really wish these players wouldn't get injured so often. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. So swap you with Stevie Lee. Yep, replace you in all situations. There you go. Right, so up against Pittsburgh. A home game, we lose 5-1. Then we lose again. We lose in overtime against the Rangers. And we lose 6-2 to the Washington Capitals. So we are going 1-17-2 to start the regular season. We have 4 points in 20 games. We have 8 points for Alexander Mokshantsev, who's up to a 65 overall. So something good's happened here. 8 points in 20 games for Mokshantsev. 7 for Lindhagen. 6 for Pelini and Charlotte. 5 for Mosey, Clark and Farmer. 4 for Brisebois and Sauvé, then 3 for Lakovic and Phillips. Let's take a look at how our goaltenders are doing this season. So Garnett has only started 5 games. Galbraith has got our only win of the season. He's played 4 games and he's going 1 win, 1 loss, and he's been taken out of both other games. Goals against average of 6. Patrick Galbraith's goals against average is 6. Oh my word, that's not very good. Oh, the Panthers aren't doing very well today, are they, folks? So let's play the next 21 games and go halfway through the season. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So we're going up to an away game against Tirana. We start with an 8-1 loss. Michael Garnett is back in the lineup. So we're going to have to send Patrick Galbraith down, I believe. Don't think he's on waivers, so that's fine. Let's edit the lines and bring in Thingamabob again. Gospel, you didn't do a very good job. So let's bring in Garnett again. Let's see if he can do anything. A 7-1 loss when he comes back. 5-0 loss to the Habs. 5-2 loss. A 6-2 loss. A 6-0 loss. Another injury's coming up because it's stopped against LA. Zach Phillips is injured again. Thanks, dude. Right, so Delago, you go back up to the top line, and then Jeff Brown, in you go. Okay, then against LA, a shootout loss, we get a point, better than nothing. We get a couple more 6-goal losses. Somebody's either injured or back. Zach Phillips is back. Perfect. So if we swap Delago back down here, and we put Zach Phillips, who's 67 overall now, nice. Against Montreal, Sam Gospel's been injured. Oh my god. Oh, why did I just go best roster? Why did I just go best roster? Oh, that's so irritating. I didn't mean to press best roster because now we're going to have a goalie that isn't actually supposed to be here. Chris Driga, get lost. Right, Chris Driga, sorry mate, you got to go down. Goaltenders. Chris Driga, goodbye. Thank you. Edit line. Sam Gospel's back now, right? I believe he is. goaltenders. Michael Garnett, you go there. Then Sam Gospel, you go here. So what else is the problem? Defenseman's injured. Right, okay. So, Hazeldine, you go there. And Tetlow, you go here. Yeah? I think. Hazeldine's only 16, or Hazeldino, however you wish to call him. Has it completely changed up my line combinations, but I can't be asked. And Sam Gospel, yeah, I'm pretty sure we already did that. 3-1 loss against Minnesota. What? Is that halfway through the season already? No, it's not. It's up to the game against Toronto, so we want to go up to here. Keep going. So against Tampa Bay, Boussier's been injured. Great. We're running out of players. Right, Lakovic, if you go here, then we can replace... Oh, Robert Farmer's been scratched for some reason. We'll stick him in then. We get a 5-0 loss against Tampa, and Betteridge has been injured. Oh my God, can we stop having injuries? Like, I want it to be like, yeah, let's keep injuries off, because then it would make it so much easier. We don't have to worry about all that. Boussier's back. Brilliant. Then we wouldn't have to worry about all this stuff. But then we have the problem that all of their players would never get injured, so we'd definitely lose every single game. Right, so up against Boston, a 3-1 loss, and multiple players are ready. Best lines, I don't care. Against Columbus, we lose. Against Boston, we lose. And somebody else has gotten themselves injured. Replace the player. Oh my God. 3-1, 4-1 losses. Stephen Lee's back, fine. A loss against Tampa. Stephen Lee's been injured again. And a 4-1 loss against Chicago. So we are going 1-37-3. We have 4 points on the season, halfway through this season. 15 points for Alexander Mokshantsev is the best in 41 games. 11 for Eric Lindhagen, 9 for Mosey, 9 for Phillips, 9 for Clark, 8 for Delego, Brisebois, and Sovek. This is atrocious. Wow. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that the Nottingham Panthers aren't going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Just a thought. just having a look at this, I don't think it's going to go very well. The goalie's still okay. Gospel and Garnett, nice. Okay. So, let's go to the end of the season and see how much of a train wreck this year is. We could get 5 wins on the season, I'd be happy, you know. It finishes in April, doesn't it? So, simulate all the way up to here. Delego's been injured, replace the player. A 4-2 loss against Toronto. We did actually beat the Maple Leafs. We went best lines. We have beaten them before. Against St. Louis, somebody else has got them. Oh, Delego's back. 5-0 loss. A 6-1 loss. Lindhagen's injured, replace the player. Best lines. Against Minnesota, 6-1, then an 8-1 loss against St. Louis. 2-0 loss to the Bruins, a 6-3 loss, 5-2 loss. Why are there so many injuries? Oh my God! Best lines. 2 more losses, another injury. Another loss, an overtime loss, we get a point, and we beat the Maple Leafs again! We've managed to win against the Maple Leafs for the 2nd time this season. Wow, 10-0 loss against the Buffalo Sabres. 10-1 loss. A 4-3 win against Nashville. An overtime loss against Chicago. Oh my God, we're actually doing alright here. I think we might have mixed up one of the goalies. Multiple players are back. I think we may have a rogue goalie in here, but I really don't care at this point. Some more losses going in there. Jan Sauvé is injured. Gagnon's back, nice. Against Buffalo we lose. Jan Sauvé's back, don't care. An overtime loss against Calgary. If we can get 10 points in the season, I think we have actually. Yeah, we have got 10 points this season. Mosey's back, a 6-0 loss. Mokshantsev's been into a shootout loss against Columbus. Mokshantsev's back. A win against Florida, a win against Edmonton. We went on a 2-game winning streak. Oh, we've hit 5 wins this season. Well done, lads. A loss, another loss against Detroit. We won't know the result of this one. Delego's injured. Mosey's back. Against Winnipeg, a loss against Buffalo, a loss against Pittsburgh. And to finish off the year, we get a 4-3 win. Oh my God, we actually won 6 games in an NHL season. It's the worst record that I think the NHL has ever seen. 6 wins, 69 losses, and 7 overtime or shootout losses. So, let's just take a look at the teams where we got wins or got points. We won against Boston. We won against Florida and Edmonton. We got a point against Columbus and Calgary. We also got a point against Chicago, a win against Nashville. We got 2 wins against Toronto. We got all losses that month. January wasn't very good for us. We got a shootout loss against LA. It's not too bad. We got a shootout loss against Vegas and the Rangers. And I think then we got I think that's it really, isn't it? Yep, that's it. Except for the first win of our season against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we have definitely not made the playoffs. 19 points this season. Not very good for us. In 82 games, the best player was Alexander Mokshantsev with 34 points in 81 games. That's not too bad, actually. But his plus-minus was minus 84. He was a 25 assist man. I mean, for most guys in the NHL, that's quite a difficult job. I think we only had one player that hit double-digit goals our entire season. That's Evan Mosey. He only had 20 points on the season. Mokshantsev and Clark, was that the only player that there's only a few players that played every single game this season. Only 3 players, Billingsley, Lakovic, and Sharla, are the only players that played the entire season. That's not very good. Goalies, we had Garnett, we had Driga come in and pick up 2 wins. So technically, 2 of those wins don't count, but to be honest, I really don't care. At this point, we were pretty much screwed anyway. Garnett played 41 games this season. He had a record of 327-3. Goals against average of 4.51. He made 1,200 saves and 1,346 shots against. 146 goals against. Wow. He had an assist. He's the only player of us that had an assist. He was an undrafted goaltender. His handedness was left. So where does that place us in terms of the entire league? I'm pretty sure we're slap bang at the bottom. Let's just double check. Yep, we were oh my goodness. Wow. We were at the bottom by like 58 points. Gee, our winning percentage was 11%. Goals for under 100. Goals against almost 400. Just over a goal for us per game and almost 5 goals a game against. 22 power play goals. Our power play percentage was less than 7.5%. 9 short-handed goals against. 41 power play goals against. Penalty killing 72%. Is that the worst in the league? No, I don't think is that the worst in the league? Yeah, I think it is. Just about. Our power play percentage was definitely the worst. We didn't score a short-handed goal. We were just as bad home as we were away. And that's about it. So, the Nottingham Panthers cannot win the Elite Ice Hockey League. We have come to that conclusion in this video, folks. If the Nottingham Panthers were to go into the into the National Hockey League today, they would not win the Stanley Cup. They would come dead last, rock bottom. They'd win a couple of games. They'd have a couple of goaltenders come in and win some games, which is nice. We managed to get 19 points on the season, 6, 69 and 7. But unfortunately, it's just not meant to be for the Nottingham Panthers in the National Hockey League. And there you go. What did you think about this season mode episode? Was it good, bad, or do you want to see the Cardiff Devils take on the National Hockey League? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.